Our first inductee this evening has bled the maroon and white of Dunkirk Marauder for his entire life. Bob Barlette was known as one of the fastest sprinters in Chautauqua County, setting records for the 100 and 220-yard dash and winning the Section 6 championships in both events. His record still stands true today, some 50 years later. He was voted the most outstanding athlete at Dunkirk High School, lettering in football, basketball, and track and field. Following his graduation in 1970, he attended the University of Buffalo on a football scholarship and was named the team's most valuable player before they dropped the football program that winter. He then transferred to Syracuse University, where during his senior season, he was the second leading rusher until an injury prevented him from finishing the season. After his playing days, Bob returned to Dunkirk to raise his family and was active in the Dunkirk School Board. He coached Little League Baseball and Babe Ruth Baseball and was a volunteer coach at Dunkirk High School. In 2022, Bob was inducted into the Section 6 Hall of Fame, and tonight I am pleased to introduce Bob Barlette as a 2023 inductee into the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame. Bob?
I'm not a politician, so I have something written here. First, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the Board of Directors of the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame for being inducted to the class of 23, and to thank the members of the board, and also a special thank you to Don Reinhold for nominating me many years ago. This is by far one of the highest honors I have received. I have to give credit of a lot of my success in sports to my parents for their love, support, and sacrifice, instilling in me the meaning of hard work, never give up, sportsmanship, and always give 110%. Without their guidance, I wouldn't be standing here today. Even though this award is being given to me for my achievements in athletics, this award to me is dedicated to my parents, Rose and Joe, who stood by me throughout my career. There's nothing more important or more powerful than the support of your family. Wendy, thank you for supporting me throughout all of this, and my three sons, Bobby, Steve, and Nicholas, who all followed me in athletics. And one side note here, in 2014, my youngest son, Nicholas, made it to the States in the 100 the same day that I did 40 years later. So that was really an achievement. 40 years to the same day. I have so many stories, but I know I can't go into those. I look out and I see so many family members here. I've seen more cousins here tonight that I've seen in years, other than going to our Gallardo reunions. Also, I look out of here and I see so many people that I know, and so many friends and teammates. There's one I'd just like to talk about for a few seconds, and that's Dave Crichon. He's sitting over there. He was a tremendous athlete, not only in baseball, but also football. And we shared a lot of good memories. It started early. We were both, believe it or not, on the same Little League team, and we were also on the same varsity basketball and football teams. When I was trying to outrun my opponents, Dave was trying to run them over. It made really for a good duel. And one quick side note here, I don't know if Dave, if you remember this, is one time after a football game, I sprained my knee. And the first day of practice, following Monday, I could hardly walk. So Coach Gibbons, he told me to come on in, he's going to wrap it. So I said, okay. But unfortunately, he didn't put any pre-tape on it. He said, you just got to toughen it up. So Dave, I don't know if you remember this, but he was standing on the outside. He said, don't you take it off. You wait until I get here at the end of practice. So sure enough, Dave, being an upperclassman, we got the scissors, cut it down the side, and he yanked it off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was because he was upperclassman or if it was that smile on his face was really something to be beholden. And also here, I don't know if this is the first time, I have my cousin Frankie Jagoda. He's being inducted the same time I am. So that's really very humbling and a privilege for me to be inducted with my cousin Frank. And Frankie, I've known him since, of course, he was a baby, because he's younger. But I followed his career since Little League, Babe Ruth, JV, varsity, high school, college, and then after that, he went on to play some more, but he became a tremendous coach after that. So I'm very happy to be inducted with my cousin Frank. Okay, now, I'll go to some of my prepared stuff here. Let me talk to you about my journey to get here. My athletic career, like many others, started at an early age. It started at Midget League football, Chattacoin football, track, and basketball, the JV track, football, and basketball, the varsity track, basketball, and football, the college football, the signing of a 3-year contract with the Birmingham Americans in the newly formed World Football League in 1974. I was very fortunate to be surrounded by a lot of good athletes throughout my career. In football, I was a member of 2 championship teams, undefeated freshman team at UB, undefeated JV basketball team, and conference champs in track. I'm often asked, even to this day, which sport I truly like. Was it football or track? My answer was always the same. It was both. Each sport presented different challenges. Football, one of the most aggressive and physically demanding sport. Track, individual events that helped me develop my speed and explosiveness to hit the hose quick in football. Also, with the influence of my coaches, both sports taught me how to compete with character, respect your opponents, be prepared, self-discipline, dedication, mental toughness, and how to win with class and lose with dignity. I'd like to acknowledge at this time some of those coaches that influenced me throughout my career. High school coaches, Jim Gibbons, Vince Keel, John Mancuso, Paul Salisbury, and then the University of Syracuse coach, Ben Schwartzwalder. They were all tough as nails and worked us like drill sergeants. But my foundation, my core athletic abilities were all developed in Dunkirk with the help of these great coaches. As I look back on my athletic accomplishments, breaking the Western New York rushing record, breaking the 100-yard Western New York 100-yard dash, fastest sprinter in the state in the 100 and 200, all Western New York, all state, honorable mention, All-American, receiving full scholarship to play football at UB, and after my freshman year, they dropped it. And there were many schools that came down to the school, and I decided to go with Syracuse because they were a good running school. I am proud of these accomplishments, but as I reflect back, it was always my friendship with my teammates and the coaches, our friendship and our memories. The teammates who blocked for me, running alongside me to push me harder, motivating each other, sharing the excitement and joys of winning and the heartache of losing. It was about the conversations before, during, and after competition, and the people I met along the way. I couldn't have accomplished a lot of this without these great teammates and coaches. I share this dedication award with all of them. Before I end, there's just a quote here I wrote down from Walter Payton, a great running back. He said, "Life is short, it is also sweet. There are a lot of people that we meet as we walk through these hallowed halls. But the things that mean the most are our friendships that you meet and take along the way." So again, This has been an honor for me to share this night with my family and all you present, and it's been very humbling to be recognized with all the other inductees, and I thank you very much for this.
Thank you. Each of our inductees this evening will receive a ring, a commemorative plaque, the duplicate of which hangs at the Hall of Fame on 3rd Street, as well as certificates of achievements from County Executive Wendell, Assemblyman Goodell, Senator Borrello, and Congressman Langworthy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bob. Congratulations.
Thank you, Randy.